What's poppin', Big Gotti fam? It's your boy Big Gotti. Thank y'all for tuning in with me on another one. If y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I drop. Now, in today's episode, we actually gonna be getting the thoughts from a couple different reporters. So we got Candace, Owen'S, we got Cuomo, we got a couple others in there, but basically they're reacting to Joe Biden's State of the Union performance speech. So we're gonna get a bar of this, and y'all let me know what y'all think about the content in the comment section. Let's run it.
Candace, your thoughts. State of the Union yesterday. You know, Joe Biden, I think they were late. I don't know how long they were
26
late.
minutes till he touched the mic.
26 minutes.
26 minutes till he got to the podium.
Okay, so Vinny's following the numbers. He was tracking because Vinny couldn't wait for it. He's like, can we start earlier? So 26 minutes. I think he coughed 27 times. I don't know how many times he coughed. He talked about his Trump 13 times. But you know, there's a lot of different statistics that we can get into. Candace, your thoughts on yesterday's State of the Union speech?
You know, I'm happy he made it through the end. The bar has been very low, and he didn't die.
Damn.
So, I think my perception always is that in those 26 minutes, they're giving him an injection of adrenaline in the butt and hoping he stays alive. And he did. Yeah, they're giving him something, obviously, just to get him through it, which is really sad. And I think that all of it feels tremendously performative. So you can go over aspects, you can save this person, there's one. At the end of the day, the American people are very awake to what's happening on both sides of the aisle. People are awake. This is why they're distancing themselves from the mainstream networks. And to give a speech about even titling it a State of the Union, as you said accurately, it's a state of disunion. And you get angry. You get angry at it. No matter what clip you take out of it, no matter what discussion you want to have, the American people know that we are not being led by the President of the United States. Facts. We know that he does not have the mental faculties to lead, and therefore there must exist a shadow government, right? And we want to know who that shadow government is. Why don't you stand up and give a speech for a couple of hours and tell us about your incentives and tell us about what we're doing in Ukraine, what we're doing overseas. Because this puppet presidency is nothing short of infuriating for the public to have to sit here and watch.
I don't know why they just don't come out and say that. Like, man, like, you know, he's too old. We got people helping him. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit.
Tom.
I agree. I felt like he was propped up, and I think that State of the Union address will be known for the tone that he delivered, but not for any messages he delivered. You know, you go back and you look at Obama. Obama did the State of the Union, and we all understood there were 30 million people that needed health care, and this is my plan. Now, we would later find out it's the most inflationary, you know, healthcare act in the history of mankind.
Oh, yeah, it was.
But we knew that he was all about, let's get 30 million people healthcare coverage. So there was something to it. In last night's speech, he was angry, he was upset, he was driving. I think people remember the tone, but you go 2 weeks from now, 2 seconds from now, and ask people, what did he say? What was the thrust for America? Facts. What was something that's going to change? It's like, I don't know. But he didn't fall down.
Vinny.
Yeah, but I listened to the whole thing too. He had no message. It sounded like he was mad at something, but he had no message the whole time.
Well, you nailed it, Chris. New York Post, the front page says he's alive. Like that's the message. But
it's like an Easter message.
Yeah, no, it's just. And
he is risen, but it's basically
the second.
He is risen. By the way, you got to give him credit. That may be Tom's best joke so far. Yes or no? Tom's the best one. Go ahead, Vinny.
But I mean, easy does it, Prince.
It was obvious. I mean, and we've been seeing this for almost 4 years now. Every time you hear Biden speak, it's, "Hey, I'm gonna get in trouble. They won't let me do this. They don't. It'd be great to find out who's the they." Tony Blinken, if you guys saw when they cut to him, Tony Blinken looked like he was gonna crap in his pants because they're on edge because God knows what's gonna happen. But I think there's definitely somebody else, and this is a big wake-up call for America. You know that this president isn't calling zero shots, any shots, okay? And the reason the swamp hated Trump, he was making the decisions. You never heard Trump say, hey, they told me or this. It was, I'm doing this, I'm doing this for us, and that's why everybody went after him, because he wasn't answering to anybody. And I think we finally now know that cocaine that was lost in the White House, who was using it, and it was Hunter and Joe Biden at the same time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's according to you. Nobody else is saying it, but maybe you have some context we don't know about. Adam.
Well, this might be controversial, but given what we've all said about Joe Biden, I thought he crushed it. Now, hear me out.
But crazy.
Hear me out, because I think Chris Cuomo is absolutely right. When you set the bar so low, when you set the bar so low for the president, whoever it is, and they just don't die on stage, you have to give them an A.
This is the red.
There you go.
Yeah, they
So,
posted that shit in real life.
exactly.
Damn, bro, they really posted that shit in real life, though, bro. That's some crazy ass shit, though.
Eastern
So
message.
you saw in the Wall Street Journal, Peggy Noonan basically said there's still some fight in the old guys still left. So when you basically set the bar so low, as Chris Cuomo said, and you said that like he can't tie his shoes and can't tie two sentences together when he just delivers a very average speech that was somewhat energetic, and you're expecting an F, and he does a C, everyone's gonna be like, well, it was actually a B.
Facts, that's a win for him, though.
And like that's the whole thing. I mean, we have a
feel
bet
it.
right now whether he's actually going to be the nominee. And I'm just following the Henry Kissinger model of realpolitik. I'm just looking at what's in front of me, and the guy's going to be the nominee, like it or not. No, and you're talking to somebody that has never voted for a Republican president in his life. And I'm truly, truly considering Trump at this point. But I think that just goes to show not so much Biden, where this Democratic Party has gone.
Yeah.
My dad was a JFK guy, Bill Clinton, not a Hillary guy, Bill Clinton. But I think most Democrats, as Dave Rubin has basically called me, and he's taken credit for like where I'm at now, I think a lot of common sense, independent, liberal, Democrat with the lowercase d are just like, yeah, I wasn't a Trump guy, I'm not a fan of of some of the rhetoric he uses, but whatever's going on the left of me over here, this wokeness, this DEI, the ESG, like Cuomo and I are pretty similar. Like we're dudes, we like sports, we like women, we like football, like whatever's going on in the Democratic left trans situation, I'm just like, yeah, I'll take the Trump guy with the plane and the hot chick. And that's kind of where I'm at now.
Wait, can I
Feel him because they let so much shit go on this presidency. It's like, nah, fuck that. I'd rather just go back with Trump at this point. You feel me?
also add the contrast, by the way, and I think that this is actually relevant, but you also have to recognize that Tucker just went over and interviewed Vladimir Putin. And this is significant because then you saw what it looks like when somebody not only has the mental faculty, I mean, irrespective of what you thought about the interview, you cannot, you are forced to acknowledge that he's an incredibly smart person. I mean, he started in the 8th century. Forget, I mean, I don't even think Tucker thought he was being trolled, right? It's just, well, in 8th century, and he's going through the entire history of Russia, starting from the 8th century, right? And truly, Biden couldn't have started from yesterday at 8 p.m. and recounted what he had done. So there's also this contrast that's playing out.
It's a very good point you're making, because as a leader of a nation, you want somebody to be able to impose themselves. He gave a clinic and taught the world Russian history.
Right.
And that's why I feel like Donald Trump is so important, because he gonna really get on here and say what he mean. He really gonna give his thoughts. He gonna really make the decisions, make it move now. You know what I'm saying? He's a shaker, man. But I don't know. Let's go.
Really think about it. Hey, this is what we're all about. I know I gave you 2 hours. I'm going to teach the world why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is the reason, right? And you can love him, you can hate him. You cannot criticize him for his agenda that he came in to do. And we did not see that yesterday.
Correct.
And by the way, how about yourself? What did you think about it?
I think that it is not good that you're using Vladimir Putin as some type of positive attribute metaphor for a leader.
That's not
okay?
that's not what I did at all.
Well,
just for saying that people
you're
have
saying,
just
well, he's
seen-
smart.
He
He's
is smart. So why would you not acknowledge someone smart? What does that do?
Fuck
Does that
yeah,
make me a
he hella
Putin supporter?
smart.
Because you're clearly smart.
No,
if you
but-
can sit down and unpack Russian history
All right, but
from
what's
the
the
8th
point?
century, what do you mean? What the point?
What's
The point
the
is
point?
to say that the entire world can now see this contrast of a man who can't remember what happened 2 hours ago, who still thinks that his son is alive, sadly, and often brings up his son as if he's
That's
still
not
alive.
true.
What do you mean that's not? What is
you
not
don't
true?
Need, see, look.
What is not true, Chris? Actually say
he
what
does
is not true.
Think, you're really going to say that Joe Biden believes that his son Beau is alive?
He has done that on camera. He has said
He has misspoken as an old man that is talking about
that's
something
the
that
problem.
hurts him.
Listen to you. No, because
Listen,
Chris.
listen, again.
There's no reason to do this.
Look.
You're doing so great. I'm not going to let you do this to yourself. Like
Listen.
what? No, seriously. There's no reason to do it. Obviously, Vladimir Putin is intelligent. There's no reason, doesn't make you anything to acknowledge the fact that any person
facts.
that can for an hour straight unpack the history of their country starting from the 8th century
Right.
has their mental faculties about
Yeah,
them.
you can't say,
That
yeah,
is the
smart.
only
That's-
Here's
thing
the
I have
thing.
made, and I said that
Here's the
contrast
thing.
is
First-
now playing out in the American people's mind of, wow,
Yes.
okay, I don't care what I think about Vladimir Putin or Russia, right? But the fact that they have a leader who can speak in this manner,
Okay.
right? Who is able to remember these things and to communicate in this manner
She
makes
just
us
killed, bro,
aware
at that point.
of how much we are not getting out of our own leaders. That is
Facts, man. But we're gonna stop that right there, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the content in the comment section, man. And you know, they all bringing up some good points, but you know, Biden's been bad for the world a long time ago, but you know, they just let it go because that's the way the agenda was going. You feel me? But y'all let me know, like I said, what y'all think. And until the next one, y'all stay safe out there.